All right, y'all, we're going to get started here in just a second. All right, y'all. My name is Johnny, and this is the Johnny Live Show. Johnny Live. We down here in our new studio, downtown Peoria, and y'all, we got something to talk about today. It's going to affect everybody. It's going to affect everybody. So you might want to tap in, tell your friends, tell your family members, let everybody know. And just so y'all know, we on Facebook today, we on YouTube, and we are on Instagram. So we included Instagram in there. We're going to try Instagram instead of Twitter today. But the topic is, where is the food? Peoria is becoming a food desert, y'all. I don't know if y'all know or if y'all been paying attention, but it's becoming a food desert, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So make sure y'all tap in, because y'all, this is going to affect everybody. This is something that we cannot just continue to ignore. I talked about this a long time ago, and it's becoming more and more an issue daily. So make sure y'all tap in, and we're going to get started here in just a second, y'all. This is the Johnny Show, and my name is Johnny. Let's go. All right, y'all. What's up? What's up? My name is Johnny, and this is the Johnny Show. I had to correct that post because I misspelled a word there. So, but we got to correct it. We strive for perfection, even though this is a Black show. We definitely strive for perfection, and y'all can see that in everything that I do. So, um, I want to just encourage everybody to tap in. Make sure that you're tapping in. Make sure that you are commenting, so we can get the word out there to as many people possible. And then I can know and kind of respond to, if there's something that you want to talk about, I can respond to it in real time. And then also have your comments up here. So we can make this as a one big discussion, because like I said before, this is something that we definitely need to talk about. We cannot ignore what is going on right now. And what's going on right now is it's becoming a food desert here in Peoria, Illinois. Some of the South Side, you had Kroger's leave. The South Side has been hit hard because we had Kroger's, we had Eagles, I believe. We had so many grocery stores on the South End. Aldi's was on the South End, and it packed up and left. So we had so many grocery stores on the South End where people, if they wanted like the basic need things, they can go get it. And then the same thing was true on, let me turn this up a little bit. The same thing was true on the East Bluff. We had so many stores on the East Bluff, so many food places on East Bluff that have just upped and left. And so now you don't have a whole lot of food places. Let me see if I can move this microphone. You don't have a whole lot of food places where you can just go get food. And that's crazy. I don't know if y'all understand what this is going to eventually cost, but we're going to look at some of the things that could possibly, and when I say possibly, I'm talking about more than likely happen because there is no food available in these areas. Now, when I say no food, I mean fresh food. I mean like vegetables and fresh meats and things like that. Okay. There are a bunch of, and I want to be politically correct when I say this. There are a bunch of Arab stores, Arabic stores, what they call. I don't know if Arab is the correct term, but Arabic stores. You know, the people who do the gas stations, the people who do the liquor stores and convenience stores. There are a lot of those stores there. This is my thing, and I'm going to be very clear when I say this. I want to make sure I be very clear when I say this. Um, those type of stores do not provide the correct nutrition for human beings. I mean, I'm just gonna get it out there. It's quick, it's fast food, but we can't expect another race that, first of all, is not from this country to provide us with our basic needs as far as food goes. Okay. Because, first of all, we don't know where they're getting their food from. That's one thing. Uno number one. And if you think the food that they make you and cook for you, if you think that's like the best food that they can possibly get, I don't think that that's true. I don't know that, and I that's something that I want to do research on. But a lot of those, like even with the catfish, they tell you it's catfish, but it's why. So it's a switch and bait type thing right there already. And they some people went around to Atlanta and even in Peoria, and I asked them before, I was like, is this catfish? And dude told me, no, it's not catfish, but they sell it to us as catfish. So that right there alone lets me know that they are doing a switch. If they can save money by making alternative things or by getting a lesser quality meat, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna save money. One thing about Kroger's, I went to Kroger's before and I asked them, I was like, well, why got chicken wings so small? I mean, they good. It tastes good, but why are they so small? Why are chicken wings if you go look at their chicken wings and chicken legs, it's smaller portions. It's not the big ones that you see. And one thing they told me is they don't put no steroids in their chicken. That's one thing Kroger's has on everybody else. They don't put steroids and stuff in their chicken. So their chicken doesn't have all of that extra in there. But if you go to a corner store and the corner store is providing your chicken, more than likely they're getting chicken that has steroids and anything else in it that's going to make it grow so they can get the most amount of money. Right? They're looking out for their bottom dollar. That's what they're looking for. We talked about early in the show, like a lot of us have diseases and cancers and things like that because we're putting a lot of processed food in our bodies. If you have a corner store with the majority of the food, I mean, they do have an aisle. They're getting some fruit here, fruit there. You know what I'm saying? So they do have some in there, bananas and things like that. But the majority of their food is highly processed, candy bars, cookies, snacks, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And when you give a kid an option, they walk in the store and that's all they see. More than likely, they're going to pick the candy, the sweets and stuff like that. They do it during breakfast. If you send a kid out to breakfast and they go to Arabic store, they're not going to get the banana. The bananas will sit there and rot. They're going to get the candy. They're going to get the shit that rot their teeth out. They're going to get the stuff that's not very nutritious for them. Sodies instead of milk and things like that. So that's already a problem. If you're introducing that type of diet lifestyle young, then what do you think is going to happen when they get older? Like we already have black men who were raised on more natural things that are having issues later on in life because all the processed food they're introducing to themselves as they get older. So what do you think is going to happen if we start giving them these processed foods early? Like right away, they're getting processed foods. Before anything else, they're getting processed foods early in life. So what do you think what do you think the results are gonna be? Let me put this over here. What do you think the results are gonna be? It's gonna be, we're gonna live in a situation where people are going to be for their whole life fighting diseases because their bodies aren't going to be built up strong in order enough to fight off those diseases. So this is what we're looking for is almost, and this is what I thought. It's almost like they're dropping a atomic bomb in the hood, which is slowly blowing up, because it's going to catch up with us. Eventually, it's going to catch up with us. Let's take Knoxville, for example. There is no store where you can go get healthy food in Knoxville. I haven't been there in a while, but I mean, all I see is like Arabic stores. I see McDonald's. I see Taco Bell, which is loaded with sodium and things like that. And so, if you're hungry, if a person is hungry and their stomach is, man, our stomach is, are they going to drive all the way to a couple of miles to the grocery store and get the food and then come back and cook the food? No, it's about convenience. More than likely, they're gonna drive to McDonald's, they're gonna drive to Burger King, they're gonna drive to Taco Bell because it's quick and it's fast, and they can cure their hunger needs. I mean, 9 times out of 10, I'm not saying that everybody does that, but 9 times out of 10, that's what a person is gonna really reach for. And these are the type of things if this continues on and we don't get the fresh food in our bodies are not going to be as strong as they need to be in order to fight off diseases and things like that. And that's what's going to hurt us. You wonder if they know that, because it's not rocket science. If you don't put the right type of nutrition in your body, it's going to eventually affect you. So it's not rocket science. So you wonder if the powers that be understand this. And then on top of that, if you don't have the proper food, where we or any people, especially black people, we don't have proper food, that's going to break out sometimes in violence. We upset. There's nothing there to eat. There's nothing there to eat. You can't go and get shit to make a good meal with at the house. We wonder why we so angry or things like that right now, because a lot of it has to do with the food that we eat, and our brains are not able to process shit and be calm because we're eating bullshit all the time. Our diets are fucked up. So you wonder, the powers that be, are they pushing this on us? Because nobody is making sure that we have fresh food in the hood. And we have a black mayor. I don't want to put it on her, but it seems like this is something that she should address, because we down here, or we're where we're at, and we don't have the fresh foods. Now, somebody like me who have a car, I can go get the fresh food. I can go to an area and get the fresh food, drive an hour or here. I mean, not an hour. I'm sorry. Drive a mile here, drive 2 miles there to go get fresh food. But think about the grandma who can't get in her car and she's tired and she can't go here and there. And you know what I'm saying? And even with like the dollar store had like Band-Aids and basic needs, shampoo, deodorant, and things like that. Things that we need to be a whole person. But now you're taking those things away to where you got to travel now. You got to travel to go get those things. I'm thinking about the little boy in the hood in a Taft, or was it the Taft, the Harrison, who mom sent him with a couple of dollars to go get some deodorant because she didn't want to smell in at school. Here, go get some, and he walked to the store to get some deodorant. Or if you didn't have food that night, you could walk over there and grab some food if you didn't have a car. What about those people? Now they got to go to the Arabs. The Arabs probably had prices that were competing with Family Dollar, even though they still high. But now they ain't got to compete with nobody. So what about those prices? They're not gonna worry. They're not really gonna worry about giving you the best price anymore because they don't have to. They're not losing business to nobody. It's insane how they are putting them in a position to where they about to make all of the money when it comes to food and stuff like that. To me, that's insane. We're finna put it in their lap to come up with make all the money. And some of these people, they don't care. When that what was that stuff that we used to smoke, or that stuff that some type of weed type thing, and people were like zombieing out with it. I can't I want to say H2O. It wasn't H2O. I can't think about it, but it was something that K2, when K2 came out, this is how I'm saying that they didn't give a fuck about it, because they put it on their shelves right away. They had to ban K2 on shelves because people were walking around smoking it and zombieing out. And they were selling the shit. That's why a lot of people don't trust their weed that they have in there right now, because they was willing to push K2. Like, oh, it make money. People zombieing out. We don't care. It's making money. So I don't trust it, man. I don't trust what they doing. They had to pull that liquor store, Sheridan Liquor. They had to pull that liquor store because it was causing too much violence. They didn't care though. Like, that's not our problem. Our problem is to make money off of y'all any way we can. We're gonna put a liquor store anywhere they allow us to put a liquor store. We're gonna drop a liquor store down there. And y'all know how the liquor store in the hood do. Anywhere they can put a liquor store though in the hood, they're gonna drop one in the hood. Nothing positive. I don't see one positive Arab store. And I'm not knocking Arabs, they're getting their money, but I don't see nothing positive. You know what I'm saying? They're not, granted, they do have hair stores and clothing stores and stuff like that. We need clothes on our back, and we need hair on our head. Some of these females, they like putting hair on their head, and that's cool. You know, that's the most positive thing that I can see. But I don't trust them to be able to deliver us the freshest foods, to make sure that we're gonna be okay now and into the future. I don't see that. Now, there's a guy who was going to open up a grocery store, a black guy that's opened up a grocery store, and I don't know what's going on with that. I think it's, if I were to say, even last time I talked to him, it's like he had to go through a lot of red tape, and he had so many big ideas. That pastor, that grocery store should be open by now, but it's not. And I'm just wondering, because when I talked to him last summer, he was like, "Oh, it's gonna be in like another month, and we got this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna be doing this for the kids, and all that type of stuff." And none of that stuff has happened yet. It's almost the second, third summer since he said he was gonna do it, and we still have no food, no food, no real food, no home cooked meals, stuff you can go home and make a home cooked meal, and the prices are right. Like buy one get one two, or buy one get two free. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of Krogers have like those discounts and coupons where you can go buy something and get something free, or you can buy this at a discount. These Arab stores ain't give you no discounts or no buy one get one free, or you bring in a coupon. Ain't none of that. And that's important. People in even in wealthy neighborhoods use those coupons and save big money. You putting us in a situation where we're not even going to be able to use coupons. Some people use that Family Dollar as a way of life, to be able to go get basic things, Pampers for your kids, and save a little bit of money. It's Family Dollar. You're gonna save a little bit of money. I'm not saying you're gonna save a lot, but it's Family Dollar. You're gonna save a little bit of money. Now, if you got to go get Pampers from the Arab store, if you got to get milk from the Arab store, like I said, there's no competition. So why make it as cheap as possible when they try to make the maximum amount of dollar? It's a disaster. It's a disaster. Even if he did, and then even if he did open that grocery store on Western, you still got all the people from back in the Harrison who ain't got nowhere to go as far as food. Like, that's great. Wait a minute, I'm gonna have to figure out which one it is. Is the Family Dollar by the Taft? It could be the Family Dollar by the Taft. I'm gonna have to see it, and if the Harris one is still open, but I think it's the one by the Taft. We got to see, but eventually most of them gonna close. They just doing a slow trickle, but most of them are gonna close, and that's sad, y'all. There's no backup plan whatsoever. It's like they should give somebody a grant to start a store. The gentleman who's going to start a store. If you got a black person who want to start a store with fresh vegetables, it's like they should give them a grant. I honestly used to think that Kroger's and places like that had to be here back in the days, because you like they got Kroger's in the hood, like they all right. You know, you go in there and you get some food or whatever. You know, I get off of work. I was a single dad. Go in there, get dinner for the day. Like, ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. So I know if I was doing it as a black dad and stuff like that, I know moms will want to do it. I know dads will want to do it. You know, to go pick up something and bring it home and cook it. Ain't none of that. That's gone. That's bye-bye. Those days are gone. And that's just sad, y'all. They know statistically, if we don't have the basic needs, that violence will occur. Now we finna go into the summer. We finna go to it in the summer, and it's gonna be hot, and we don't have the basic things that we need. This is gonna be a problem. Know that it's gonna be a problem. And you don't have people trying to solve it and things like that and trying to make sure that it won't be a problem, that we can get food and basic things. I don't see nobody like that. So these are things I'm saying, y'all. It's gonna get to a point to where it's going to rear its ugly head. It's gonna be a breaking point. There's already a lot of violence in these areas as is, but now you're gonna take away the food and the nourishment. Some kids' brains ain't gonna be able to develop right because they don't have the right type of nutrition. So 5 years down the road, you think violence is bad now. You got a kid who grew up malnutrition. What do you think will happen then? So I don't see nothing good coming out of it, y'all. If you think otherwise, please let me know. But I don't see nothing good coming out of this food desert. I think it's a problem waiting to happen. I'm gonna say that again. I think it's a problem waiting to happen. And it's not just pure, it's happening everywhere. Something is going on. They pulling grocery stores out of hoods and out of areas that people need it at such a fast rate. So be aware, y'all. Be aware of what's going on. All right, y'all. We're gonna end it with that. I want to thank y'all for tapping in. My name is Johnny, and this is the Johnny Show. If you got any comments, please leave them, and we will get to them. If you got any questions or suggestions on how we could better the show, please let me know. Make sure y'all follow and subscribe to the channel. We are on Facebook, we are on the YouTube, and we are on Instagram. So if you miss it, you can catch it on any of those platforms. Cool. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching, and we out.